on that shot. And I'll go over there in a minute, but welcome back to Bluff Mountain, our steepest and rockiest lot we have ever built on that was almost deemed unbuildable. If you're new here, I'll give you the little pound and quick info. All of this rock was drilled out just to install the driveway that you see the machine sitting in here. So an insane amount of rock drilling and hauling out material. You can see the cut bank here. All of this had to be cut just to get our house seat in. So this one has been insane. And what I gave you a little teaser of at the beginning of the video is our little wing wall. I say little, but these blocks are huge. But it's little in comparison to what size most wing walls are as far as height and width. So this is smaller than other wing walls that we've built. Now you can see on the end here that these have keys. We had one of our viewers ask us about this, so we wanted to come back and give a little update with this wing wall and show how these blocks stack. They're actually dry stacked. And like I said, you have those keys inside, and these keys actually lock together when you stack them, and then the whole system works with the way that it's backfilled, so it all works together as one system. I'm not an engineer, so I won't go into any engineered specs on it, but that is the short version of how those walls are assembled. I am hoping that one of our time-lapse cameras here was able to capture that. We've got one on this end and one up top that I'm hoping when we pull that footage, we may be able to get a better look at how that wall was done. So if so, we will upload a time-lapse video for that. But that is retaining all of this dirt here for the upper bench of our house where we have the rest of the foundation up there. So we've got one cut bench here or up there, one here, and then one at this level. It's a little harder to see on a phone, but we've got 3 main cut benches or tiers where you see different components of the foundation. And we are not done at the foundation here, so we still have to go up quite a few feet taller. But adding in this wing wall was something we needed to support the system, and it's hard to get excavation in and the block company at the same time. It's a lot of moving parts in one place. So we are letting excavation do their thing, which included building the wing wall. And once they're finished up, we'll have the block layers back next week. And then we'll be taking both this set of piers and this set of piers all the way up until we match this set of piers. And that is quite a few feet. Also, what we have going on, we had a previous video we shot here. If you go back and look at the excavation video that we shot here, we talked about where the septic was gonna go, and spoiler alert, it did not go there. We had a change, and it's for a good reason, that we're doing some amenities up top here, and that changed where we could put the septic. So for anybody just joining in, we had a lot of people just join in. I'm gonna take you up top where you could see this killer view. It's insane from up top, but I'm gonna explain a few things down below here first. So we actually moved our septic down here. So you can see the line running up that pier. That is for the septic to tie into the house. So any waste will actually come through there. Then it comes down through, ties into one tank here. And then we've got our other tank here with our pump system. So if you're not familiar with a septic system that is a pump system, what that means is it does not work with gravity. It does not flow downhill with gravity. It is pumped uphill. So this is the path that poor Nick up top there had to run with the septic line all the way from here on this steep lot, traveling through here. So the line's under the ground here now, pumping up and up and up, continuing further. And I won't take you guys all the way up there because I want to show you the other part with the mountain view. But he went all the way up this insanely steep hill and ran the field lines up here. That's how far, actually it's way up there. That's how far those field lines had to run for the septic tank because of what we were working with and what was approved. So an insane septic install. Not one that I think was enjoyable to install, I'm sure. But we needed to relocate the septic in order to do our amenities where we wanted to do them next to the house and get this insane mountain view, which is what I'm taking you up to now, so you could see why that change happened. So now we're up top, and where I'm standing, and Nick is finishing this out for us, is going to be a fire pit area. So that was one of the items we wanted with this insane mountain view. It's about somewhere between like 180-degree mountain view and 270. I mean, it goes way off here, and my phone's not even showing you how good this looks in person. So we wanted the amenities next to the house so you could walk out on the 4-foot deck, and I'll give you a closer view in a minute, and come over here to the amenities. So we needed a flat space here, and this was about the best place to do it, where we could get the mountain view and we'd have close proximity to the house. So this is for our fire pit area, and per code, the fire pit has to be 15 feet away from any combustible surface. So we do have it a little farther away from the house and away from where the machine is, because where the machine is sitting is where the sauna is gonna go. So stepping down here, now we go down, we're gonna build some steps here. This will all be gravelled for the fire pit area. And again, there's that killer view. And then when we step down here, this is where the sauna is gonna sit. And another reason that it's a good idea to keep the sauna close to the house, or at least in our situation it was, and what's more cost effective, is because you don't have to run your power as far. So obviously you need to get power to the sauna, and if you keep closer to your house, your ditch that you have to dig is shorter. So it makes sense to have that amenity close by. So again, this is the 4-foot deck end of the house. So 4-foot covered porch. You'll walk out of there, of course, killer view. Now you're seeing the best part of it. You'll walk out of here, have a gravel path, and then where the machine is sitting is where the sauna is going to be. So that makes for a very short run for power here, and you could see Nick starting to work on it. So we will run power underground, and then that's available to power the sauna. And then we get 15 feet away from this space per code, keeping the fire pit away, and we'll have the fire pit area over there. So it just makes for a really nice setup coming out of the house, having this whole amenity space right next to this end of the house, and then having the entire amenity space with this view. So what do you guys think? What do you think about sitting in a sauna or at a fire pit, seeing this view of the Smoky Mountains? I think it's pretty magical. We've just got to hang there a few seconds just to take it all in. And I mentioned we were down below. I'm gonna try not to fall off the edge here. This is all starting to be, it all has been filled in now, because we saw the wing wall was down there when we were down below, and this is backfilling to support that wing wall. But it's actually pretty good drop down from there. Of course, Nick's making it look easy here. And then we've got our piers that I talked about earlier in the video. They're going to come all the way up to this height. I'd say at least 10 feet different from where we're at now on that lower bench, that lower set of piers. I'd imagine we're at least coming up another 10 feet. I haven't taken a measurement, but it's a good bit. So the block layers should be out here next week to take care of that. And then we will get to our finished foundation elevation. And after that, we're framing. Well, one quick step in between. They'll lay the block, but then they need to fill the cells, and you can kind of see right there how they've poured those. So once they pour the cells, that has to sit for a week. The concrete has to set up for a week, and then we can get into framing. So just a little delay between the two, and it's just part of the process and the way it goes. So we're really excited about these updates. Now that we've got the septic in, the wing wall in, we've got our amenity space planned out. Nick over here is working really hard on the worst job site ever, pretty much, to take on. So he's killing it on the excavation side, getting us to that point. And we're gonna have this house up in no time once we hit framing. So we're gonna have some big updates over the next few weeks. It's funny because you go from this stage to pretty much just seeing a house, and it feels like it happens overnight. So this has been an update on our steepest job. our steepest and rockiest job we have ever taken on, but we have made it through all the technical steps. We've got the septic installed, which was a little bit of a concern with the amenities we wanted to do once we had to relocate the septic, and we're moving along. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed this update, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.